Yesterday, the Rolex market didn't dip. It looked like it fell off a cliff. Collectors woke up, opened their usual price trackers, and saw graphs doing that thing you never want to see when you've got 5 figures sitting on your wrist. A near vertical drop, not a slow bleed, not a seasonal correction. A did I just lose thousands overnight kind of move. WhatsApp groups lit up, Reddit threads exploded, grey dealers went quiet, then started calling each other. And the most terrifying part? It was Rolex, the one brand everyone treats like a safe haven. So what happened? Did Rolex flood the market overnight? Did dealers start panic dumping inventory? Did some behind-the-scenes policy shift finally break the grey market? Today on Billionaire Blueprint, we're breaking down the overnight collapse that nobody saw coming, and why the real story is even crazier than the rumor. But first, you need to understand one thing. Rolex doesn't crash like crypto. Rolex crashes like real estate. Slowly, then all at once. 2 Rolex markets, 1 illusion. There are 2 Rolex markets. Market number 1 is the one Rolex wants you to believe is the only market. Retail. Authorized dealers. MSRP. Sorry sir, the list is very long. Market number 2 is the one Rolex never mentions. The secondary market, grey dealers, online marketplaces, private sellers, and the entire flipping economy built on scarcity. For years, the secondary market was basically a cheat code. Buy at retail, sell for a premium, repeat, print money. And that's how you got the 2021 to 2022 mania, where normal steel sports models were trading. Like collectibles, a sub, a GMT, a Daytona, not watches, tickets. But when a market is fueled by hype, it's also fueled by one thing that disappears fast: confidence. And confidence has been fading since the 2022 peak. Speculators left, rates went up, luxury cooled off, and people stopped treating watches like an infinite money glitch. So when you see an overnight collapse headline, here's what you're really seeing. A fragile market, finally reacting to pressure that's been building for months. What people think caused the overnight collapse? When the charts turned red, the watch world didn't say maybe. It said why. And 4 rumors started circulating immediately. Number 1. Rolex flooded the market. The waitlists are collapsing. My AD called me twice this month. I saw a Submariner sitting in a case. Now, are some waitlists shorter than peak mania? Yes. Rolex has been investing in capacity for years, and when supply quietly rises while demand cools, the premium gets squeezed. But Rolex doesn't need to flood the market for the grey market to feel flooded. If demand drops and supply rises even a little, the vibe changes instantly. Scarcity is psychological, and when the psychology shifts, the whole ecosystem wobbles. Number 2, dealers are panic dumping. This one is darker, because it's not about Rolex, it's about leverage. During the boom, a lot of grey dealers built their business on borrowed money and fast inventory turns. Watches weren't stock, they were hot potatoes. But when prices soften, that inventory becomes a melting ice cube with interest. So what happens? Dealers cut prices to move pieces. One dealer undercuts the next, and the market price drops. Not because buyers disappeared, but because sellers got desperate. That's how you get a crash, not from one big event, from 100 small liquidations. Number 3. The 2026 price list just broke the anchor. Every January, Rolex nudges retail prices up, and early 2026 was no exception. Price lists showed increases that vary by metal and model. Normally, higher retail helps support the grey market, but when retail climbs while the secondary market is soft, it creates a split-brain moment. Retail says, this watch is worth more now. The market says, cool, but I'm not paying that. So you get weird behavior. Some people rush to buy pre-owned before retail increases. Others stop buying entirely because the market is falling. And that push-pull can look like an overnight collapse. Number 4. 2025 broke the watch market. 2025 was not a normal year. Tariff headlines came out of nowhere. Gold ran hard. Retail prices moved more than once. Steel and gold started behaving like different products. A gold day date is basically half watch, half precious metal. So when gold runs, the pricing logic changes. Now combine that with uncertainty, and you get what the watch world hates most: indecision. People delay purchases, dealers widen spreads, liquidity dries up. And when liquidity dries up, it doesn't take much to spook the market. Now, those rumors are all plausible. But none of them answer the most important question. Why did it look like it happened overnight? The mechanism, how a crash can appear in hours. Here's how the Rolex market really works. It's not one market, it's thousands of micro markets, by reference, by dial, by year, by condition, by box and papers, by location, by dealer reputation. So a market price is often just an average of scattered data. Now add this. Most price trackers don't wait for perfect information. They ingest listings, auctions, and sales data constantly. And that's amazing until something weird happens, because one bad data batch can do two things at the same time. 1. Make your watch look like it just lost value. 2. Make thousands of people behave like it did. A graph looks ugly. Someone posts it. 10 people repost it. And suddenly, I saw a chart turns into the market collapsed. It becomes a story first, then it becomes behavior. And behavior is what moves prices. The real stakes. Who gets wiped out when Rolex crashes? Let's make this practical. If you're a true collector who bought your watch to wear it, you're mostly fine. Your sub still tells time. Your GMT still travels. Your Daytona is still a Daytona. But if you bought Rolex like an asset, if you bought stacks of steel sports models because social media told you they only go up, this is where it hurts. Because the flipping economy depends on one thing: a premium over retail. When that premium shrinks, the game dies. And that's exactly what's been happening under the surface. The premium has been compressing, not across every model, across the models that were most abused by speculation. The everyone wants this models, the easy flex models. When those normalize, the flippers disappear. And when the flippers disappear, prices get fragile. The twist. It wasn't one market collapsing, it was two markets separating. All right, here's the truth. The Rolex market didn't actually collapse overnight. What collapsed overnight was the illusion that Rolex is one single unified market. It isn't. It's splitting. On one side, you have the mass liquid models, modern steel sports pieces, popular references with lots of supply, watches that thousands of people own and thousands of people are trying to sell. These are becoming normal. They're drifting closer to retail. Premiums are smaller, negotiation is back. On the other side, you have the true scarcity models, discontinued references, rare dials, full sets with clean provenance, neo-vintage pieces collectors actually fight over. Those pieces behave differently. They're driven by collectors, not flippers. And collectors don't panic sell because a chart turned red. They buy the dip. That's why one person can say, Rolex is crashing, while another says, Rolex is stabilizing. They're looking at different slices of the same brand. And you can literally see the split in what moves and what doesn't. When the market is hot, everything goes up together. When the market normalizes, the commodity Rolex gets punished first. That's your Explorer, your Datejust, your basic sub-references, the stuff that was being flipped by the tens of thousands. Meanwhile, the collector pieces stay sticky. Discontinued, last-of-its-kind references, unusual dials, full-set examples that are clean, sharp, and unpolished. And here's why the internet gets confused. One index can show Rolex down slightly, while another shows Rolex up, because they're sampling different parts of the market at different speeds. So the argument online isn't really about Rolex, it's about which Rolex you mean. So what caused the overnight panic? Now we bring it home, that overnight cliff that sent everyone into panic mode. It wasn't a secret Rolex announcement. It wasn't a new factory dumping inventory. It was a data shock. A technical issue in how prices were being ingested and displayed created what looked like a sudden crash in pre-owned Rolex prices. In live tracking, the Rolex index appeared to drop about 1.7% in under a week, enough to wipe out quarter-to-quarter gains and trigger panic. And once people believed it, they acted like it. Sellers rushed to list, buyers froze, dealers tightened spreads. Even if the original trigger was digital, the consequences became real. because perception moves markets. What happens when you zoom out? Here's the part that calms everything down. When you zoom out, the crash turns into choppiness, not collapse. One major Rolex index in early January 2026 was up around 5% over the last 12 months, and only slightly down over a 2-year window. That's not a meltdown. That's a market searching for equilibrium. And this is why the end game isn't Rolex is dead. The end game is more subtle. The free money era is dead. What you should do right now if you're buying Rolex in 2026. Here's the Billionaire Blueprint rulebook. 1. Stop buying Rolex. Start buying the specific watch. Reference number, condition, provenance, full set, service history. That's what holds value, not vibes. 2. If you're paying a premium, demand a reason. Is it discontinued? Is it rare? Is it pristine? Is it a configuration collectors actually want? If not, why are you paying extra? 3. Don't confuse MSRP increases with market strength. Retail prices can rise in a weak market. That doesn't mean your watch is appreciating. It means the brand is protecting margins. 4. If you want value, follow collector demand, not social demand. The watches that hold up are the ones people would still want, even if nobody posted them online. 5. And if you're already holding, relax. If you love the watch, wear it. If you bought it as an investment, understand the new reality. The Rolex market isn't a rocket ship anymore. It's a sorting machine. So did the Rolex market collapse overnight? The internet wanted you to believe it did. The charts made it look like it did, and the rumors were juicy enough that everyone repeated them. But the real story is more interesting. And more important, Rolex isn't crashing the way people hope it will. It's splitting. The flipper-era Rolex is fading, the collector-era Rolex is strengthening, and the gap between hype watches and real watches is getting wider every month. Now I want to know, have you noticed your AD calling more? Have you seen grey prices soften where you live? Or are you still seeing the same insanity? Drop a comment. And if you want more breakdowns like this, where we follow the incentives, not the marketing. Subscribe to Billionaire Blueprint, because the next overnight collapse probably won't be a collapse at all. It'll be the market telling you who was buying for clout and who was buying for love.